need no keys for my Hussein or my Ferrari. Don't need no keys for my Hussein or my Bugatti. Push the button, push the button, push the button.
Hey, wow. Bro, do this real quick. I'm over here watching my show.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Wayne from EVOLVEWITHWAYNE. I am back with more heat for you guys. Who said it was too hot to celebrate Christmas? As you can see, I got my Rudolph ears on. I got my little dancing Christmas tree. Anyways, I am back with some more heat. We're here to talk about that Steelers-Vikings game, right? Those who cannot beat the Lions battled out. It was the can't beat the Lions Super Bowl, right? So we're about to talk for that, or talk with that. I got my boy B on the line. We are about to get into it. What did you think about that game, bro?
I was a little confused at the beginning. I mean, they was up, what, 22-24 to nothing halftime.
Did you think that
the channel, turn it back, and it's a game. It was confusing.
Did you think that the Steelers were gonna come back?
Oh no. Pittsburgh ain't the same Pittsburgh to me anymore, so I don't know. I didn't expect that, but I guess their defense showed up and the offense did their job. I mean, they did get 3 picks?
Yeah, and then Big Ben was, he gave him 2 or 3 touchdowns in like a 5-minute span. So he appeared to be good, but we all know how the Steelers go at the end of the season, right? Big Ben averages multiple picks a game. This was the first game in years that he hasn't thrown multiple picks a game as far as the latter part of.
I think he's been playing safe, though, like real safe.
I think he's been playing too safe, and I think bro's soft.
Yeah, and you got to realize he's not as mobile. And he ain't mobile at all anymore, like at all.
Do you think he should have retired last year and just called it quits while he was ahead?
I don't think he needs to retire, but I think they need to get a quarterback behind him like they have and actually let him learn, the Big Ben way, because the Big Ben way is a good way for the Steelers. It is a good style for the quarterback in Pittsburgh. But the question is that style going to be able to happen? Is it something they're going to be able to get? Like how New England ended up getting a way of a Brady, you know what I mean? So are they going to be able to get that type of a quarterback in that style offense?
But I don't think with the way Big Ben is playing that anybody can really learn from him at this point in time, because he's fumbling the ball. Yeah, he recovered it when he did it in the first quarter of the Vikings game, and then he also did throw an interception. But historically speaking, for the past few years, he's been throwing multiple interceptions in the latter part, and he's been fragile. How many seasons has he went down and got injured because he hasn't been able to produce?
There's a couple. I think Big Ben, regardless of how he's playing on the field, just having somebody behind him at practice that's willing to learn his way and his style and his type of build, like what they have, is a pretty good thing to have. It's like having a coach like Belichick, that played the game, and his strong points is his defense. And it's, you got Big Ben is, regardless, he could still coach a quarterback just because his performance isn't that good. But the thing is, I think that's what Steelers, Pittsburgh's trying to do with Ben is trying to find the right person to put behind him to learn. But the key is how long is it going to take before it's like, okay, Ben, you got to go. You know what I mean? You're kind of hurting us more than helping us.
But they did pick up Haskins, right? If
That's
I'm not mistaken,
saying.
They do have Haskins on his team. And then they also got Mason Rudolph. No pun intended. But they do got Mason Rudolph. Actually, I think he might have lost his head a couple years ago.
Yeah, but Mason's just he's a decoy. I mean, he's just like basically how we used Cam Newton. I mean, they just got him in there to put him in there just as a backup. But if they
Well,
really want to coach somebody the right way, and the key is Haskins is a good quarterback, but like me and your pop said before, Haskins is the type of quarterback that he was young. He got to go back to his home state whenever he got drafted. He was spending all that money like a retard, and he was acting like a retard off the field. I believe got a couple domestic violence cases or something like that. It was, he's been in some trouble since he's been in the NFL. So my personal opinion, he needs he needs some guidance. You know what I mean? And being in Pittsburgh, if he can get guidance, he'll be okay.
I can somewhat agree with that. I will say that Mason Rudolph did play us with a better game on the last season. The last game of last season. Mason Rudolph put up more of a threat to my beloved Cleveland Browns, if you can't see it. But
I think it's because he can move. That's the difference about him and Ben. Ben back in the day, he used to tear people up because he can move. You know what I mean? And he can extend the play and things like that. But at the end of the day, he's I don't know, Mason Rudolph. He's good, and he's the type of quarterback. If you get him protection, he can make things happen. But the question is they're never designed off of a strong offensive line, though. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about a team that Big Ben used to have to extend the play almost every play and make things happen on his own. And that's the problem with Ben is he's that quarterback like Tao. He has to, as soon as he gets any pressure, he just folds or he gets sacked. I mean, and that's where he fumbles because he's trying to extend the play, but he's too old. I mean, when age takes a toll on you, that's the definition. Big Ben is the definition of age and being hit too many times just took a toll on him. Unlike, Brady in a stance, you're looking at this man he looks more healthier than he's ever looked a day in his life, in his career. But you should then look at Big Ben, and they came almost around the same time. And it's Big Ben's, he's about done.
he's injury prone. That's the big part of Big. He goes down because he's injury prone.
Yeah.
I
Not a game, though, honestly. If they had a won that game, Pittsburgh would have got all props. I mean, I can't even lie. Like, I wouldn't have been able to really say nothing that bad about the game because, like, Pittsburgh coming down 24-0 is like New England coming down 3-20. You know what I mean? In the Super Bowl. I mean, that's not easy to do, and they almost did it. I mean, they really did almost do it. So, I mean, it was a
do
good
you
game.
think
Now Pittsburgh is known for the run defense. They kind of are really known for that. And I tell you, man, that running back, he had over 200 yards, like
Mhm.
205, something like that on. I mean, that's a lot of yards. So, do you guys got to play them one more time?
Yeah, we do have to play one more time. We play Baltimore this week. And I mean we're basically running a gauntlet. So we play Baltimore. We got the Ravens. We got the Ravens. Obviously, we have Green Bay on Christmas Day. We have the Raiders coming up, and then we got the Steelers and the Bengals to end out the season.
So my question is the offense going to run the ball down their throat like how the Minnesota Vikings did? I mean, you guys got better running backs, hands down.
I would like
I
to
mean,
assume so, but then the Browns. We don't know what they're going to do any given Sunday. I would like to think that we're going to beat Pittsburgh, and I would actually like to put money on that for anybody that wants to bet on it. I will put money on that game because I do think that coming home, we are stomping a mud hole in Pittsburgh. I think we're going to win this game tomorrow. Um, I'm up in the air about Green Bay and the Raiders, but I do think we got the
Raiders ain't as
Bengals.
solid. They're not
They're
as
not as
solid.
solid, but they have been playing good football, like despite all of the adversities that they have, dealt with. You got
Yep,
a
they're like
wide
how like
receiver.
Minnesota was, right? So you know how Minnesota just lost the lead, right? Well, the Raiders played, I'm pretty sure Dallas last Thursday night, and or something like that, and they was beating Dallas pretty good, and they lost the lead where it went to overtime.
They're still a good football team, though, because when they lost their head coach and they lost their wide receiver, they were still winning games. They're still forced to be reckoned with as far as how they're playing ball. Whoever's in control of that team is keeping them up there. But I'm not as confident in my team present day that we're going to be able to, like, we face less adversities than they had this season, yet somehow I'm still not confident that we could take the dub off of them.
What do you think different you got to do against Baltimore to be able to beat them this time?
Run the ball. Stop leaving it in Baker's hand. I think that we're going to need to ground and pound, quite literally. I mean, I need Kareem Hunt. I need Nick Chubb. I need Dearness Johnson. I need all of them to touch the ball. And then if Baker is throwing it, I need it to be a slant, something that Jarvis can get open, hit him with it. We just got rid of Bradley today. We waived him, which was technically our third wide receiver, if I'm not mistaken, which is awkward that we waived him, but we had to pick up or bring or elevate a quarterback off and a safety off practice squad in order to make our 53-man roster. So Bradley had to go, unfortunately, but we still got Hollywood, we still got DPJ, and we still got Landry. Joker was out with COVID, and then I want to say Hooper and Brian are active this week. So
yeah, I mean, everybody be healthy.
I think
you guys are basically playing back to back because you had a bye week.
Yeah, so we're playing them right. We played them right before the bye week, and we're playing them right after the bye week.
So pretty much.
So I think we'll have a good team. But back to the Steelers game. When I texted you, like, "Hey, look, we need to talk about this," you was like, "It's a blowout. This game is terrible." But then, not even 20 minutes later, with this striking range of taking that dub, and had Chase Claypool wouldn't have wasted 15, 20 seconds off the clock celebrating off of the catch that he caught, Steelers might have had a chance.
Yeah, I mean, Claypool was doing good, though. I mean, he had 8 catches for 93 yards is what I'm seeing. Ben went 28 for 40 with 308. I think that's honestly, they was feeding the ball to multiple receivers. He wasn't trying to target one. And I think that's what kind of helped him in the second half actually start to maneuver the ball a little bit and get the ball in the end zone. Other than that, I mean, like you said, you texted me and I'm like, what's there to talk about other than disrespect him? I mean, honestly, I've never in my life seen a team do something like that. I mean, like I said, I would have had to give my hats off to him. I hate him. I mean, I'm not even in a division like y'all. I am not a big fan of Pittsburgh, but it's is what it is in my opinion. But they came back.
You'd be happy to go to the games though because your wife is a Steelers fan. So
yeah, so I'll watch it.
Yeah, you'd be stuck. But like they made sort of a comeback, right? They was within 8 points. They had that 2-point conversion. I mean, they were looking good. They were looking solid. I got Kirk Cousins as a backup on my fantasy team, so it looked decent. I expected more out of Cousins against Pittsburgh. But I think, honestly, what ruined Pittsburgh for that win was, in fact, Claypool. I think he's a self-conceited, arrogant person. I think that he only cares about himself and not the organization, because when you know you're out of timeouts and you catch the ball with 30 seconds left on the clock in the fourth quarter, you're down by 8 and you need to score a touchdown, why are you celebrating instead of getting that ball back to where the line is so that way y'all can spike it, save some time on the clock, and potentially get 2 or 3 more plays in, right? Because by him celebrating, he stopped at least 2 plays from happening.
And I'm pretty sure he dropped the pass.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that, and if Chase Claypool wouldn't have came for us, I wouldn't be coming for him. But he's came for us on multiple different occasions, yet he almost got put out for the entire season for a toe injury. I don't know what kind of toe injury is so significant that you can't play football, but he almost got put out for that. And then he's dropping passes left and right and showboating when you're supposed to be winning a game. If I was Mike Tomlin, I would bench him this week.
That's their main person. That's like whenever, Antonio Brown was there, he's basically their new Antonio Brown, he has the upper hand. I mean, once again, that's like how Baker is right now with you guys. He has an upper hand. You guys won't bench him. You know what I mean? He can go out there and throw 4 picks. I don't see y'all pulling Baker. I don't never see it. I think you guys, like you said before, they're just making him dig his own hole a bit, But at the end of the day, you got players like Claypool, and they're just not going to get benched. They need them too much. Even if they make mistakes, it's still they need them. I think Pittsburgh, I just don't understand it though, because like they played Baltimore and they came back on the last drive with less than a minute, and or about a minute or something, and scored. You know what I mean? So they got the potential. It's just like, is it a motivation thing? Is somebody not keeping the team motivated, or you know what I mean? That's the question. Because they're a strong team. They got what it takes. Don't get me wrong. Ben ain't the same Ben, but he can still make a pass. He can still make it happen.
For sure.
But their defense is very suspect.
Right. And I think that a lot of the Steelers fans are opted for Ben to go because of the way he's been playing.
There's a lot of them that's like Baker fans too, though. Because
and I'm the first person to say that Baker gotta go.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Browns fans that'll tell you they want him as soon as he wins the game.
Right, but there ain't enough because the Browns fans attending booed Baker in his home stadium while praising Nick Chubb. You've been to games. You know how surreal that atmosphere is when you're at the game versus when you just watch it on TV. To be in your home domain and they get booed because you can't. We were facing the Lions. We were going against the Lions. And Baker couldn't complete a pass, to save his life. Like, that.
It still came the second half. He did decent in the second half. First half was pretty bad.
But the second half, he played it safe. But if you're injured, why are you playing, right?
Man, he can't claim this injury every single week. That's all I'm going to say.
But that's what he's doing, and that's why he got to go. I'm a diehard Cleveland Brown fan. For those of you that don't believe me, actually, he did this tattoo for me. I have a Cleveland Browns tattoo on my arm. That man did it for me. So I'm a diehard Cleveland Browns fan, but Baker is just not it for us. Yeah, I think the Vikings deserved that win. I don't think the Steelers should have even came remotely close. They got swept by the Bengals. Swept by the Bengals.
Y'all got a tough season, though, man. You said you got to play the Steelers. You still got the Ravens this week, and you got Cincinnati still.
We got Cincinnati, but in our defense, we did make Cincinnati look like a high school team when we played them. We have, out of our last 5 games, we have 4 AFC opponents, which means that we need to win out on those AFC. The only non-AFC we have is Green Bay on Christmas Day. And
that's a tough game.
That is a tough game because we're going against A-Rod. A-Rod is a person that I respect, and I believe it's in Green Bay. So that's a tough game. That is a very tough game. But I'm trying to figure out why my Browns are not competing with Pittsburgh, or why we're even in the same conversation as them, given the fact that they've played terrible all year.
Because the communication in the locker room, it's like we said before, the Browns don't have chemistry anymore. They're not the Browns that made the playoffs last year.
Not
I'd
since
say it's
OBJ.
been all year. All year, I mean, off and on, it's been. You could tell there's been something going on in that locker room almost the entire season.
Probably because it begins and ends with our quarterback. And
Exactly.
our quarterback
So,
is not the quarterback is not what everybody thinks that he is.
yeah, but the quarterback is selling the owners big tickets.
But at some point, it's going to have to go over the big tickets because really the true money comes in when you get to that Super Bowl contention. If your quarterback is not getting you there, then how much money that he bringing in is really
you guys
worth.
are like last. You guys are like last in the division right now, as we speak, tied for last.
We're tied for last with the Steelers because they have a half a game on the Detroit Lions, who we beat.
Yeah, that's.
But if we beat the Ravens this week, that will work in our favor because Pittsburgh just lost to the Vikings, which we needed to happen. But we also have to beat Pittsburgh the second time we face off. We also have to beat Bengals the second time we face off. I mean, we're going to have to beat the Raiders. And
Pittsburgh's a team that'll get you though.
But we proved that we can do it. Last season, Pittsburgh with the same team, minus a few weapons, actually, they lost us twice in a row, back-to-back weeks. Right? First week of the playoffs and the week before that, which was the last game of the season. I was there for that game. And then we started out playing Pittsburgh in the playoffs. On defense, we got a touchdown in the first 5 seconds.
So how about we do something?
What's up?
Tomorrow's games. Let's make a prediction of tomorrow's games.
Let's do it.
All right.
Who play tomorrow?
Ravens, Browns. You gonna go
I'm taking the Browns.
It's in Cleveland. I'm gonna go Cleveland. Jaguars, Titans.
I'm going Titans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Titans, but I think that's gonna be a closer game than a lot of people think because Titans ain't the same.
Yeah, their quarterback terrible right now. Is Henry back? Is Henry back?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm taking the Titans by a slim margin.
Raiders versus the Chiefs.
I'm taking Kansas City.
That's a big game. You know, that's a division game. It's big.
It's a big game, but I'm taking Patty. I'm going to go with Patty.
He's on a run right now. I'm going to give it to the Chiefs. You got the Saints versus the Jets.
Saints. That's laughable. That's a scrimmage.
But they ain't got a quarterback. They ain't got their quarterback back.
It don't matter. It's the Jets. If we know anything about New York teams,
got their quarterback back.
If we know anything about New York teams, they can only win when it's an accident.
So I'm gonna go with the Jets.
All right.
I'll go with the Jets.
I'm going. It's
another division game. You got Dallas versus Washington.
I'm taking Washington.
I'm gonna go with Cowboys. I'm gonna go with Dallas.
I think Washington has proven. I mean, they beat your boy Brady.
But that's when they had what's it called? He's out. He's been out for the season.
Washington are creepers. They were on nobody's radar, and they came through and won some very.
This is going to be a tough one.
Very
what do you think
games.
about this? The Falcons and Panthers, both 5-7. I'm gonna say Falcons. It's in Carolina.
I'm gonna go with Cam. I'm gonna rock with my boy Cam.
He's benched. He's not playing.
He's not playing tomorrow?
I don't think so. Last week they started Darnold.
Is McCaffrey back?
McCaffrey just got hurt again.
I'm going with the Falcons. I can't take Panthers with none of their weapons. I'm going with the Falcons.
Yeah, he just got a season injury again.
That's ridiculous.
Where we at? So we got Seattle versus the Texans.
Seattle, hands down. Texas quarterback don't want to play for them no more.
Yeah, I got Seattle.
Who else?
Lions versus the Broncos.
I'm taking the Lions. I've said it all year. The Lions got a good team, just terrible luck. I think the Lions might pull that out and make it their second win.
So the Lions just got beat to the Bears on, what's that, Thanksgiving. The Lions
But
just
then
upset the
They
Vikings.
beat the Vikings, yeah.
All their losses is only by a couple points, man. Other than
Yeah,
the
they got
Eagles.
a good team. I've been saying it all year. They got a good team, just terrible luck.
I'm gonna go Denver, but that's gonna be you. Yeah, you might be right on that one though, because they got a team. I mean, Goff's a good quarterback. I mean, he's a
Yeah,
good
I
quarterback.
think the Lions can pull that off. They played every single opponent they've had with everything they got, and they only lost by a point or 2 or 3. It wasn't big margin. Like, they're not getting blown out by anybody. So
they got the Giants versus the Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers. This is going to be a good
Giants.
one, I think. Better than what you think. But the 49ers versus the Bengals.
Oh.
That's going to be a good one.
Because the Bengals are into my division and I need them to lose, and solely based off of that, I'm going 49ers.
I think I'm going to go 49ers just because they're healthy and they got a really good defense. Really good defense. They've had a good defense.
Yeah,
it's in Cincinnati, though.
I'm still going to have to take the Niners. You can't count them out.
So this is going to be a tough one. This should really be, I think, Sunday night football, really. But you got Buffalo versus Brady, Tampa Bay. In good weather. In Tampa.
I'm taking Brady. I don't think he's going to lose at home to the Bills. I'm taking Brady.
Take the Bills, and it's not because of my division. It's more about Josh Allen and them. If they got a good defense, and Brady don't do good with pressure.
But you can't ever count Brady out because Brady will make things happen.
During the season, I can. If this was a playoffs, it'd be a different game.
I don't think Brady's going to lose at home to Buffalo, knowing how big of a threat they are.
And then they got the Bears and the Packers Sunday night football.
A-Rod. Hands down, A-Rod.
Yeah,
we ain't even going to call them the Packers. I'm just going to go with A-Rod.
And it's in the Green Bay. So.
Now, side note, I do like Justin Fields.
He's good, but they don't have protection. They gotta get some protection.
Right. And this is A-Rod we talking about.
If
when they played against the 49ers,
I would give it one more year. If I was Justin Fields,
Fields,
I'd give it 1 year, one more year to see if they get him protection. If they don't get him no protection, he might want to find a way out.
Yep. He's going to have to. Justin Fields is a good quarterback, and I seen it when they played against the Steelers.
I could see him going to like the Saints or something and fitting in pretty good. You know what I mean? As long as he ain't, getting hurt or nothing. But
right.
Monday night is the Rams and Cardinals. I think it's going to be good.
Ooh, that's tough because you can't count out Murray. But the Rams
Stafford and them is doing good, man.
Yeah. The thing is OBJ going to be playing?
Beckham.
But he got injured. So is he going to be playing?
Let me see. I'll tell you right now.
Is he active?
Oh, shit. The Rams just put the running back Henderson on COVID list. So he's not playing.
They might just literally have Cooper Kupp.
Nope. Kupp's injured. I got to go to Cardinals.
I'm going with Murray.
It says wide receiver Cooper Kupp is dealing with a toe injury. So, he's playing, but he's going to be, yeah. And the running back
OBJ is injured. I'm definitely going.
They don't
with
have him on
Arizona.
the injury list. I don't know
I'm
what he
going
hurt,
with.
but he's not.
I'm going with
he's not-
Arizona. I'm gonna go with Kyler. I'm gonna go with my boy Kyler Murray.
Yeah, they're healthy, man.
Yeah, they're very healthy, and they've been staying under the radar.
Yeah. Like I said, I think. But this right here, though, this gonna put them up there to where they're not under the radar no more. If they beat them and they beat them by a good margin, that's gonna
I'll
put
give
them
you
up
that.
there.
I'll
'Cause
give you that.
that'll put them at 11-2. That's a guaranteed. I'm pretty sure that locks in the playoffs.
Playoff, yeah, for
That's gonna
sure.
lock in the playoffs because there hasn't been a
Anyways,
lot
you
of teams.
guys, you have heard our predictions. You've heard us talk about the catastrophe of the Steelers and the Vikings game and how it started out being terrible and it ended a little less terrible. Anyways, this is your boy Wayne from Evolve with Wayne. Be on the line. As you can see, his background is that Black Patriots thing. We're not gonna talk about that, but this is the end of the video, you guys.
You should ask them though, man. To put their predictions. What do they think? Who do they think is gonna win? I mean, that's what I would do. See what they
You
want
heard
to do.
it. You heard it. We want to know what y'all predictions is. Comment down below. Comment down below. This week's game's coming up tomorrow. I guess. Yeah, tomorrow. These games coming up. Give us your predictions. Comment them down below. I want to hear from every single person on every single team. This is the end of the video. This is your boy Wayne. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. It is right next to the subscribe button if you're on iPhone or Android, and it's on the top right-hand corner if you're on desktop. Don't forget, I respect y'all. I love y'all. Thanks for the support. Peace.